Welcome to Breaking the Chain. I'm your host, Cody.
And I am your co-host, Jacob.
We'll get into that a little bit later. We have a great episode for you guys today. Some really fun stuff for this week in Flesh and Blood from the two of us. And then we have some Skirmish Week 2 recaps. We have some upcoming calling information and a lot of good spoilers. So with that, how was your week in Flesh and Blood, Jacob?
It was amazing. It was so good.
It was a good week.
It was a good week. Like, had skirmish season. Had a lot of fun. There's a lot of news for skirmish season. And then there's spoiler season going on. And if you guys saw Guardian Day was gas. So it's been a great week. I'm so excited to talk about it all. How about you?
Yeah, it was also a great week for me. Not as much of the spoilers, but more so for I got to go to 2 skirmishes, and I know you did as well. And so let's dive into our skirmish experience. So we both went to a skirmish on Sunday, and I brought a Reinar deck that felt pretty good. So good that I'll get into it later, but basically played a Reinar deck that ended up getting not only to the finals against our co-host Jacob here, who was on Farvo, but I actually took it down too. So before that finals match, we joked around and said, what if we wagered, since we were playing against each other, we were like, what if we wagered who is the host and who is the co-host based on the winner of this game? And we were joking, and I was like, wait, that sounds sick. Let's just actually shake on it. So we shook on it. And so that's why the start of this podcast was a little bit different. Just as a heads up there. But yeah, no, it was a ton of fun. Played some Reinar. I pretty much soared through. Was it 12 players or 13 players for this one? I can't remember how many it was. But soared through the Swiss rounds. I had one loss. I went 3-1. I lost to a Blaze that I don't think that there was anything I could do. I think it was that good of a game for the Blaze. But then I played them in top 4 because it cut the top 4 because of it being a few less players. I played them again in the first round of top 4 and took it down in the rematch before playing against Jacob in the finals. Which, by the way, our finals game was actually really sick. I thought it was a good finals game. So yeah, I was playing Reinar, and primarily it runs. Where is it? Ravenous Meat. Oh, there it is. Ravenous Meat Axe, and it has a switchboard package in it where you either run clash cards or you run the Intimidate package. And so you have like this Intimidate package of like the Barrage and Beatdowns and Smell Fear, and then you have the Clash sideboard of the like red Clash cards, right? And so whenever you're playing against a blocky deck or more like a Guardian, for example, you run the Intimidate sideboard, right? The amount of times I whiffed on the Ravenous Meat Axe was insane. It was not that many whiffs in the deck, and I just kept hitting. Sometimes it would be back to back. I kept hitting this red Barrage and Beatdown with Ravenous Meat Axe over and over and over again. It actually did lose me the first game against Blaze, and then it almost lost me a game against both Ultim and Farva at the end. But really cool deck, really fun deck. I love Reinar, especially in Sage, and it feels really good right now.
Reinar seems insane.
Yeah. How did your first? What you want to talk about your experience at that skirmish?
So my first skirmish on Sunday, really cool, really fun. Oh man, I'm blanking on a lot of the skirmish, but I sit down, and I don't know, like I'm there to have fun with Farvo. But apparently, like, when Guardian's good, I'm an absolute menace on bro. It's crazy. But I sit down, play 4 rounds before cut to top 4. and I go undefeated. Like, I sit down into Blaze round 4, and like looking back on it, like feel a little weird now, but I was like, sit down. I'm like, how do you feel about getting your getting your free win as your last round, and then sit down and win that game one way or another? I'm like, oh, this is crazy. I've never beaten a wizard before on Guardian, which is not entirely true, but it is a project. But then I sit down, I'm like, oh my goodness, that's crazy. Okay, so I go into top 8. I play into a Briar, and like, I think the only deck that I have a negative win rate into out of this entire skirmish season is Olympia. Like, Briar, I think I won 5 of 6 Briar matches. I'm even on Rhinar. I lost 1, I won 1. But yeah, no, it was like a crazy weekend, and I was like, "Oh, this is feeling good." I sit down as the like undefeated through Swiss into top 4, beat the first round, sit down in front of Cody, and that's when like we're sitting down. I'm like, "Whoever wins is the host. The other's the co-host." So thank you for having me. It was
Yeah. Oh, and then for some extra details on this, we're basically anytime that we play in an official event, like not practicing or anything, it'll be a wager for host versus co-host, right? So,
yeah.
I did we mention if it's including armories too, or is it just anything?
We'll
like
figure
above-
that out.
Yeah, we'll figure. I figured we'd include armories too. Why not?
Yeah.
But yeah, so anytime we play against each other, we're wagering host versus co-host.
Someone's gonna go on a crazy hot streak of like 30 episodes of being the host.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is
But-
too is like we were talking about it, and we're like, when was the last time we actually played each other at an event and not just like online or Talisher testing or whatever? And it had been a while. You know, actually, what was funny is I think we figured out that it had been since the last skirmish season that we played in the finals again,
yeah.
where I was Dated All versus your Valda, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I think it was actually the
Well,
last time
I
we
don't know if
played.
it was the last skirmish. I can't remember, but it was the last Blitz skirmish that we played.
Yeah, I think it was actually 2 skirmishes before.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I didn't get the chance to play the
It's been a
previous-
while.
It's been a long time.
And you started coming back to the armories a few weeks ago, so
We've just been dodging each other, yeah.
yeah, we have.
But yeah, so that was a
You
lot of
start
fun.
winning. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Joking.
But yeah, the skirmish was a lot of fun. And then we both went to the same one on Tuesday again, and that one had 13 players or 15 players, one of the two. But it was again.
I think it was 14.
We had a bye.
Like,
I know we had a bye, so it was an odd.
oh, yeah.
Um,
I think it was maybe 15 then. I think
It
we
might
were
have been.
close to getting top 8, but I think we were off by like 1 or 2 players.
Yeah, so again, we had 4 rounds into top 4.
Mhm.
I had already made the decision because I really wanted to play Olympia in Silver Age, but he's much more polarized and just basically auto loses to the illusionists and feels good into everything else. And so that's why I brought Reiner to the first one. And I was like, and I already came in at the first skirmish. I was like, if I win with Reiner, then I will bring Olympia on Tuesday. If I don't win with Reiner, I'm going to bring Reiner again on Tuesday. And sure enough, I won with Reiner. So then I brought Olympia on for the Tuesday skirmish, which was a ton of fun. I really like this list. It's basically identical to the list that I linked in I think as we played a game on our podcast 2 weeks ago, I believe. And it's pretty identical to that.
Oh, yeah.
But I was trying to find a certain card here to show. Turns out this Golden Company card is just very strong in Silver Age. Silver Age Olympia. Oh, there's my
0 for
polarity.
6?
There it is.
What?
Yeah.
Who could have ever imagined?
It's also very strong in CC. We'll talk about it later, but there's a calling going on right now, and there was an Olympia game streamed, and Golden Company's pretty good, turns out. There we go. I'm pulling those cards out. So I played Olympia, and round 1, I queue into Alex from Ashen Wings on Dromai. So that went about as you'd expect. I even cut basically right before the tournament, before I drove over. I was making some final tweaks. In my original list, I had 2 wage golds as poppers, and then I decided, you know what, these aren't actually helping the matchup enough. So I cut them for other cards, and then sure enough, I played against Dromai in round 1. But to be fair, I don't think the 2 wage golds actually help the matchup enough, which is why I cut them. But yeah, pretty handily lost that one. And then I played against a Hala round 2 and got there against Hala because Olympia's a better warrior, of course. And then round 3, I played against a Cavdine. Now that Cavdine deck was actually really cool. Did you get to see it?
Cav, I love the Cavdane deck. Yes, like I did not realize that he was playing that deck until halfway through the skirmish, and like when I saw it, I'm like, "Can I look at your deck list? I know we're competing, but can I look at your deck list?"
Yeah, I
And
purposely
so they
didn't look at
handed
it
me
because
the.
I didn't want him to spill the sauce against me, and it was kind of fun to experience it live.
Well, I didn't play against them, but like I did. But like, yeah, they like showed me their deck list. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. Like this deck looks so cool.
Yeah, so to give like a synopsis of the deck, basically it's kind of like a fatigue deck where you use the Cavdine ability. For those that don't remember what Cavdine does, I don't blame you first of all. But Cavdine's hero ability says pay 3. Um, any hero who has more health than another hero loses health and makes a copper token. And then any hero who has less health than another hero gains a health, and then it has go again as well. So they basically to pitch a blue to have a 2-point health swing, um, and can fatigue that way. And then they run a lot of the like big attacks. They run red findles, wounding blow. They run crash down the gates, which is effectively the 2-card 8 destroy the top card of your deck unless you block it out, which also really helps with fatigue. They had pummels in the list, but I think he was saying he might cut them because they kind of just kept getting in the way.
And then there's down but not out. That's like
Yes.
the best Cavdane card. And if you don't know what down but not out is it a 3-4-5 or 3-4 at red?
At red, I believe it becomes 8 if you trigger the ability at red. So I think it's a 3.
Yeah, I'm just gonna search it up so
5,
we can
and
talk.
it gets +3 if it triggers. Which you
This
did play
is the
against me.
sauce. Down but not out. It's a 3-for-5 that blocks 3 at red, and there's a it goes yellow and blue, so it's 4 and 3. But when this attacks a hero, if you have less life, you control fewer equipment and tokens than them. This gets +3 overpower, and when it hits, create an agility, might, and vigor token. And the thing about Cavdane is when you activate his ability, you give the opponent a copper token, and you can always take more damage. That's super easy.
Yep.
And then you just block with your equipment early. So you block with your equipment early, you have less life, and you gave them a copper token, so you have less tokens than them. And now you're going down but not out, 3-for-8 overpower, on hit, agility, might, and vigor.
Yeah, which is basically a 2-card 9
cool.
overpower, effectively. So pretty good. Just get some good value, and then I almost got fatigued. It was getting pretty close. But thankfully I had the reactions at the end to push over damage. Yeah, cool deck. Definitely something I want to try in Silver Age. And then I played against a Riptide in round 4. And when I sat down, I wasn't sure if it was going to be Trap Riptide or Aggro Riptide. And so I kind of sided a bit funky for it. Like I hedged. And turns out it was Aggro Riptide. It was 0 for 4 pile effectively. And I don't know what was wrong with me. I just made a ton of misplays. And effectively I lost. I gave up 3 life for free. And it was really bad because losing 3 life in Silver Age is a lot. It's a very big deal.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So I should have won that game, but unfortunately I just wasn't playing well and I lost. And so at 2-2 I didn't make top 4. However, what's funny is I brought my Reinhardt deck with me. I was like, you know what? I can bring this whole deck, and then if anybody wants to borrow it, then they can just borrow it, and it'd be kind of cool to have an extra deck for somebody to play. And so before the tournament started, I was just like telling people like, hey, I have my Reinhardt deck if anybody wants to play it instead of whatever they brought, or if they don't have a deck. And I'm blanking on his name. Do you remember the guy I lent it to? Actually, maybe we shouldn't share the name anyway, unless they request it. But so I lent it to somebody, um, who they brought a deck, but they basically didn't. They didn't bring a deck that they were very confident on anyway, and so they were like, "Yeah, I'll take your Reinhardt deck. Why not? It'll be fun." And they made top four. First time playing the Reinhardt deck, took it to top four, which was really cool. The deck definitely showed its strength, and unfortunately, like you mentioned, lost to you in top four prior, but did make top four with the deck without any reps on it. How was your run?
So it was like it went pretty well. I played Bravo again. Like again, I'm going to skirmish events because I want to have fun. And good news, Bravo's good. I like my Guardians, so I sit down. I play against a Oldhim round one. I get there. Round two, I play against an Azalea, and I felt like pretty good. I'm like, oh, this Azalea game's going really well for me. And I lose a clash to Azalea, give Azalea a vigor token, and they effectively throw like 20 dominate on hit frailty. And that brought the game back real quick. Oh no, it was effectively 19 because they threw 17 on hit blood rot
Nice.
and on hit frailty, on hit maybe not on inertia. But anyways, it was a huge arrow. I'm like, oh no, this game is way closer than I wanted it to be. But luckily I was able to keep the momentum and I barely got there. Then I played into the Riptide, that aggressive Riptide you lost to. And like won't go too deep into the before top 8 matches. Got there, and then I got into a Phi opponent, which that was pretty scary. But I think I boulder drop pummel, which ended up buying me a lot of momentum, which allowed me to take that game. But then we get into top 4. So I'm in top 4 again. This is fantastic. This is great. And I sit down, and in front of me, I see Cody's Reinhardt deck. And flashbacks of skirmish like 2 days ago come back, and I'm like, oh my god, can I beat this deck? But we sit down, and
This is
like,
let me set the stage for people. By the way, so the top 4 starts, and there's a handful of us that didn't make top 4 that have kind of stuck around just a little bit, just kind of hanging out, talking, shooting the shit, whatever, while games are going on. I'm watching the other top 4 game play, and I look over and I see this situation that actually I'll let Jacob talk about first. But
yeah,
but I want to set the stage. There's a handful of us here that were actually ready to watch watch these games go on.
it was probably one of the craziest games I've ever played because I choose to go first. I do something middling Arsenal, and then going second, I draw a block card and I draw staunch or not going second. My first turn where I have my arsenal. So I go first, I set my arsenal, throw like hammer or something like that. He goes, he then and like I draw up after my first turn the block card, staunch response, blue, something random like that. He goes the barraging beatdown red into like Wild Ride. I can't remember exactly, but one of the Go Again cards. And I was like, oh my god. Because he double banished. He banished my block card and my blue. Yeah, my block card and blue. So I
Oh,
cannot turn off the barraging beatdown effect.
right.
So I like block 7 on 9 or 10 or whatever it was.
Yeah,
And
probably 9.
then
Yeah.
he responds with
27,
Ravenous
27.
Meat Axe for 5, which then I have no cards in hand. Take all the damage. Like, okay, turn 0. I think I'm dropped to 12. I'm like, okay, 12. That's great. That's fantastic. And I think I have Boulder Drop in my arsenal. Like, I think I set a turn 0 Boulder Drop, which is awesome. But I'm like, that's pretty rough. I will, and I look at my hand, I look at my arsenal. I'm like, well, let's just hope that this turn's not as good. I will hammer for 4, pitching my block card and my blue because I want to dominate this boulder drop. So I throw hammer. I think he blocks with the equipment that get +1, so he blocks it all. And then he's like, I draw my next hand, barraging deep down, pulping. I'm like, oh my god, this could not be going worse. And pulping into the weapon swing. Like I have to block some armor in there or some other things, but I like this is when like so I block a couple cards. I have like yeah, and I block a couple cards. It was so funny because after the first turn, like I swear everyone turned around to watch the other game when it was 12-18. Like, okay, sure, whatever. Watch the other game. And then everyone comes back after the pulping turn and sees that it's 18-3.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. We were going and watching the other game was 5 versus Riptide. And before you guys even started your game, the 5 versus Riptide game was, I think it was like 4-20 or something. And then the Riptide played a massive turn because I think they went first. So they didn't do much in turn 0. Arsenal passed. The 5 did a ton of damage to them, and they took it all. And then they did a big 5 card 21, I think is what it was. So brought the 5 down most of the way. And so we look back and it's like 4-4 or something over there. So we were watching that game. And then once the Riptide finished his turn, I look back over to you. I see the phone with a life counter on it, and I see 18-3, and I was like, "Wait, what happened?" So then we all like swarm over to your game.
Yeah. 18-3, and like I can't imagine, like I can't remember a lot of like the exact details after that point, but I remember going down to 18-3, and I swing like I think I just do a 3 for 7, which doesn't really matter.
The
But I
boulders
draw
up,
my
probably.
next hand. It's like boulder drop. I have that boulder drop in Arsenal. I have 2 blues, and I'm like jokingly like, we're so back. We got this. Like I can boulder drop into we're so back, and I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, I've lost this game. Like, there's nothing I can do here. Like, he's just gonna kill me. He just needs to intimidate me. Or if he throws pulping with another like, uh, barraging beat down, like it's over. Or if he sets up a pulping turn, it's over. Like, it's so over. But I like jokingly, like we're so back, and then he has a middling turn where he throws like 6 damage. And I'm like, that was only 6 damage you just threw. I like was able to block the 6 and then throw the dominated boulder drop, like arsenaling the other one. And I was able to steal some momentum back. And I started like digging at his life, and we're like getting closer and closer. And it's like 9-3.
You usually
And
dominate this, dominate that,
yeah,
turn after turn after turn.
yeah. And I kept like the gas going. I'm like, I jokingly said we're so back. And then when he threw only 6 per turn, I'm like, we're actually back. We could
Yeah.
do this. We're so
Dude, I
and
remember watching him do
then
that, and then your face was like, you like totally calmed down. You're like, wait, I'm actually good. And then you were getting excited. It was really cool to watch.
and then we sit down, and it's like at one point he takes a lot of damage, and he's like, okay. Sits there and thinks for a minute. I'm like, this isn't good. This could be really
He
bad.
had like 3 cards in hand, right? And an arsenal.
Yeah, something like that. And then he pops Monstrous Veil. And I'm like,
Which, by the way,
it's over.
this is the helmet where you draw and discard a random card. And the reason you have this in Rhinar is to intimidate, right?
Yeah. And I mean, the idea he had, like, I'm at 3. And he has Go Again in his hand. Like, he has pretty much a guaranteed kill if this hits. And he pops Monstrous Veil. And I'm like, okay, this is where it ends. Well, let's see what happens. He pulls all the cards down onto the table. I roll to get rid of a random card. Flip over the card. Hit pulping. And I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, we are so back. Like, that was the card that killed me. I'm like, okay, we have a chance. And then he like looks at his hand for a little bit. like obviously that was the card he wanted to play. I'm like, thank God. And then I think he also had a vigor because he wasn't allowed to pitch his
Yes.
non-blue too. That's like what happened. So
Non-six
and then
play.
he sends Savage Feast. And he's like, he just needs to hit the 6 so he can pop his boots. So he throws Savage Feast. I roll to get rid of a random card, and I hit the only non-6 in hand.
So it's just
So he
Savage
doesn't
Feast
draw
for
a
6.
card just for 6. And I think at this point I had I can't remember exactly how I got around the 6. But yeah, like just for 6 after like I hit everything I could that turn. Like I block the 6 and then I respond with 7 to bring him down to like 1 or something. And then it's back and forth until I finally get the final blow off like a 2-card 7
You
or
got
like a
some
dominated
dominate.
attack.
It was like 10
Yeah,
dominators.
because I think it was
Crazy.
like 7. It was like something where I was like I threw 7 or 8, he threw 6, block 7 or 8, he threw 6. Like just I just kept throwing more value, so I kept throwing the banning more cards from his deck, so it could fatigue. And I think he tried to take a turn to set up, and the card I was sitting on Arsenal because he took the turn to set up, I was able to dominate.
Yeah.
So like but it was one of the craziest games I've ever played because I
It was so it was so cool to watch too, because like we all went over when we saw the 18-3. We saw the way that he was intimidating your cards. It was so unfortunate for you. Like you had a staunch response at one point, I think, and
yeah
then he intimidated both your blues away, so you couldn't play it or something like that. There's something funky that happened.
yeah
Um,
it was so weird.
yeah,
I just remember like showing you my hand at one point.
I kept like swiveling back and forth to see both your hands, like going
Yeah.
side to side. I was just so curious. I wish I had brought something to record some of the games to show or
Man.
to post on the channel. But yeah, it was a very close game. I think ultimately it came down to it was his first time with the Reiner deck, so just wasn't quite comfortable finding the correct lines because
Mm,
yeah, the vigor is really messed him up, right? Because of the Savage
yeah.
Feast. And I thought the same thing at first. Whenever he discarded the pulping off of the Monstrous Veil, I was like, he declined the boots, and I was like, oh yeah, we can decline the boots. We're gonna Savage Feast anyway. And then after we played it, I realized we had the vigor, and then we could still hit the non-6. And then of course we did. I was like, oh no, we just had to activate the boots right when the Monstrous Veil hit the
Yeah.
pulping. But yeah, it's the deck is initially very tough to sequence correctly. So props to him for making top 4 with it.
Oh no, it was crazy. Like he did so well for going to top 8, and like he still sequenced most everything correctly. It was
Right.
like that one turn where like you popped the Monster's Veil, didn't pop the boots there, and it's like that allowed me to come back and actually win that. But yeah, it was such a roller coaster for me because
Yeah.
I was like, oh, we're doomed. It's over. Like
Yep.
it was a good game, whatever. And then I'm like, oh, we're so bad. It was such a good game.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
I had to leave, but unfortunately before the finals game. But how did the finals go?
So sit down for the finals, and it's against a Phi. And we had played in the Swiss rounds, and I got there. But I'm like, okay, I'll go first. So I set my arsenal. I throw like an attack. Can't remember. I can't remember if he took the damage or not, but I remember his turn 0. He threw like 20 damage at me or something crazy.
Oh, so you had him go first?
No, I went first, set my arsenal,
Oh,
threw
okay.
something. And then he's like threw some absurd amount of damage. I'm down to like 12 health. I respond with like a 2-card 7. He takes it. Then he responds with like another like 16 damage turn. I'm down to like 2.
Mhm.
Or no, maybe not that low that fast, but I'm like down to 9 or something. Again, respond with like a 2-card 8 or something because I like clash. Get him down to what was the number that was? I think it's 8. Get him down to 8. And then he gets me down to 2. And I have 2 cards in hand and Boulder Drop and Arsenal. And I was able to dominate Boulder Drop guaranteeing he had to, and he had blocked with his armor at this point. So guaranteeing he had to block with a card from hand, and the crush effect was going to happen, and he was off Arsenal. So it's like, okay, thank God he's on a 2-card hand. Like, I can like drag this back. But yeah, I'm like down to 2 or 1. Can't remember. It was like 2 or 1, and he's at 9 or 8. And that's where I'm like, okay, this is pretty tough, but I don't know how I get back from here. So I throw that, get him down to 2 cards, and he throws like 0 for 4 into 0 for, like a 0 for 4 into 0 for 4 or something like that. And then I block with like a block card, and I block with a 3. I think I took that to go down to 1. And then I respond with another 2-card 7.
Which he probably has to block at this point.
Which he has to block, yeah, he has to block at this point, so he's back to a 2-card hand. And then in my next hand, I have a clash card, the blue clash card that creates a might if it reveals off the top. And then I have the block card that is, if it reveals the top, create a vigor. So then we go to his turn. He does a 0 for 3 into a 0 for 4. I block with my blue clash card that reveals the top card, Clash of Might, and reveal Thunk. Create 2 mights. And then he throws a 0 for 4. I block my block card down, reveal Thunk, create a vigor, which didn't, or I think it did matter. No, it didn't matter. But created a vigor
might.
and an extra might.
Nice.
And then I was able to 2-card 10 him. Because I'm like, oh man, like I'm leaking damage every single turn. I need something to happen because I'm like, sure, I can throw 2-card 7. He's throwing 2-card 8 every turn. And I'm down to 1 armor left. And sure, he has no armor, but I'm like, this is just so back and forth. And then that happened. I'm like, oh my God, I think that was like my out. It was like another crazy game because like, I don't even remember. Like, I think we were going back and forth like 2-card 7, 2-card 8, 2-card 8, 2-card 7, or like 2-card 8, 2-card 8, like just back and forth with each other for like 3 turns until like I block, reveal Thunk, block, reveal Thunk, 2-card 10. At the like, he has to block with 3 cards, and he has the choice of arsenaling to try and set up to go big, or throwing just like 0 for 4. And I think he tried to arsenal, which allowed me room to throw, like, pop my gloves, throw 10, arsenal, another red. He had to block with his whole hand, and then I was able to dominate my next attack.
Nice.
So it was like another crazy game because like the top 8 was actually insane because each game I'm like, oh man, I think this might be over. He's at 12, I'm at 2. He's at 18, I'm at 3. Like this is so over. But I was able to just claw it back and then boom. So
back-to-back skirmish winners here on Breaking the Chain podcast. Yeah, I was gonna pull mine up too. Hold on.
Got the Dory.
We gotta show the loot.
And I have crazy amounts of loot because I made it to top 4 in 3 skirmishes.
Oh, that's right. I was like, where's my Dory's over here?
But yeah, so I have Dory. If anyone's watching, that's sick. I got the playmat now, so that's sick.
Yeah, this playmat is so cool too.
The arcane polarities that I need. I also have 2 shove-offs, so that's pretty sick.
Oh yeah, you have 2 of them. I only have 1, unfortunately. But yeah, we're dripping in loot over here.
We're dripping. And then I also, and these are like the best gem pack pulls I've had in a long time. But 2 skirmishes, I pulled these gas cards. I pulled Dyadic Carapace and the cold foil.
Dude, I'm the worst at pulling
Stardust
gem packs.
You what?
I'm the worst at pulling at gem pack pulls.
Oh, I swear I normally am too. But like this week was my week for skirmish. Like on Sunday I pulled Dyadic Carapace. On Tuesday I pulled the Stardust Spike, and then I got second and first. So it was a pretty good week for me.
Oh yeah, and then I ended up buying this gorgeous Marvel Dory that someone had pulled. I finally broke down and bought it. Which is,
I'm surprised you didn't buy it earlier.
Well, it was more expensive earlier too, so it was 30. Like they sold it to me for $30. and it's like for $30 I can't not get it. Like I have to, because before I had the diner Dio
Hmm.
from Worlds. No, yes,
Oh
from
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Worlds. Um, and I was like, I don't need the Marvel. I have an alt art deal already, and it was like 50, $60 or something at the time. And then he said, I'll give it to you for 30 because I think it was like 35, and I was like, how can I not? How can I turn that down?
No,
So
I think
pick
that was
that
a
one
good
up,
one.
which is pretty cool. But yeah, really fun skirmish season. I had a blast playing. I'm sad there aren't any more. Honestly, I wish I could play more. There's technically
I
more.
actually was thinking the same thing. Like I actually really enjoyed Skirmish. And like yeah, it was a lot of fun. I
Agreed.
also played a good Guardian, which is not common. So I'm sure that affected my enjoyment of Skirmish. But it's also like so much fun because there was like not a zero amount of games that like went to pitch stack. Like I played a few old hymns, I played a Farvo mirror. Like there were a lot of games that actually went to pitch stack. And oh my god, I love pitch stack. And in this Bravo deck, when I can pitch stack my clash cards, so I'm like, I know I have an 8-7-6 on the top of my deck, and you're uh old him, and the only 8 you have left in deck you just pitched. Like that happened. And I was like, okay, clash, reveal. Okay, here's my 2-card 8 old him. How do you beat that? Oh, I got a might off of this, and I'm stacking it on my dominate. So this is coming for 11 dominate old him. What do you think about that? It's
Yep.
like I was able to pitch stack. I had relevant disruption. Like it was fun. Like
It's funny too
I
because like that first skirmish, it was round one that you played against Oldham, and everyone else's games had already ended, and we're looking over to your two games, which ended up going to time even. But
oh yeah.
at one point you're like, "This is sick," and I was like, "He's not. He's not. This isn't sarcasm, by the way. This is actually sick."
Yeah. I played Oldham round one at both skirmishes this week. But no, yeah, like we're sitting down. Yeah, it was I like to get into it. Like I love playing this like game, especially like getting into like fatigue. Like I love playing when someone tries to fatigue me. It's like a puzzle. It's beautiful. I'm like, how do I put this puzzle together? How do I win this game? Yeah, no, like I remember. Yeah, I forgot until you said that. But yeah, we're sitting there, we're playing this game, we're thinking so hard. We're like very few cards left in deck, maybe a couple cards left in deck. It's like this game is so sick. And yeah, and it was to the point where yeah, time was called, but like no one was looking around, so we took like an extra turn because we knew it would be finished in 3 turns, not the 2. So we made sure to get
Right,
that.
right. But yeah, no, it was unironically a really cool game.
It was so cool.
Because there was he was on sledge, and obviously you weren't because you don't need sledge. You
Mhm.
already have your dominate evasive damage. Um, and so yeah, you had to find these lines. You had a really weird turn with pummel, I think, if I remember correctly. I remember.
I did have some like really weird lines where I would throw like my 6 attack. Like now I don't know why it's all so fuzzy, but yeah, no, it's
Because
like
it was
playing in
like
the old times.
you knew your pitch stack, and then you knew, I think like you knew pummel was coming up, and then you arsenal the pummel.
Mhm.
I can't. Or there's something funky that went on, but regardless, it was a really cool game. Like unironically, it
Yeah.
was a cool game. And I actually played Oldham that skirmish too, and I thought I was gonna get fatigued as Reinar. Like I was missing my draw discards. I kept hitting. I think that game actually did hit barraging beat down red twice in a row against Oldham, which was not good. Um, and so I was worried about
Oh,
getting fatigued. What was it?
I remember it. So there was a play where I knew so I had I think Boulder Drop in my arsenal. Or it was a 3 for 7 red. Was that's the point. Like a 3 for 7 crush red. And I knew the top card of my deck was Pummel, followed by Staunch Response and 2 blues. I'm like, that is the top of my deck. I'm like, I can on my turn with or like and I had 2 blues in hand, but I knew Pummel's on the top of my deck too. So I'm like, I can for my turn pop my chest piece, get 2 seismic surge, and with a 2-card hand, create 2 seismic surge and pass. Oh no, it was 3 cards. Sorry. It's super weird. I remember it was Macho. I had a Seismic Surge up from Aftershock that I had been floating. That's what happened. So I had Aftershock, I had a Seismic Surge I was floating, and I'm like, I can throw Macho for 8 Dominate, pitching 2 blues. Or I can pop my chess piece, do nothing for turn, drop Pummel off the top, and be able to boulder drop Pummel next turn. And I'm
I
like,
forget which one did you go for.
I ended up doing the Macho because what I was afraid of, because we were both at like super duper low life, and he could have killed me if he had the room to I forget the card, but it's the
Footsteps.
Elemental Guardian card. Glacial Footsteps, yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, the reason I didn't go for my line is like, if he has Glacial Footsteps, like I should have been tracking better. But I'm like, if he has Glacial Footsteps in his hands, he wins the game. If I just pop Chess Piece, because also my staunch would be 1 card below what I would draw because I'm only drawing 1 card. So I was like, if he has Glacial Footsteps, I would lose from, and like I almost activated Bravo, pop Chess Piece.
I see.
That was also like, I'm sure you saw me at one point like go to turn Bravo and then like touch my chess piece just so I could get 1 more card in so I could draw the staunch.
But then you wouldn't be
draw
able to
the
dominate
Pummel.
the next turn.
But that's exactly what I went through. I was like, I won't be able to dominate the next turn. So that's why I ended up just playing the Macho, which got enough cards that he couldn't Glacial Footsteps me. And then I still I threw the boulder drop, arsenaled the Pummel, but I still got there. But there's some like weird lines where I'm like, I could just pop chess piece with 3 cards in hand and then dominate next turn with a boulder drop. And because like that would also like there's some really crazy lines. Because like off of 2 blues, I could dominate boulder drop Pummel. Like, so it was crazy, but that was such a cool game too. Like I think like I had so many good games in Skirmish, and that's like
Same.
I'm sure if like we spent enough time on any game, we could talk about that game forever.
Yeah, good. It's good that you bring that up because we probably should move on. But yeah, Silver Age is fun. Long story short. Obviously, I had some non games, but those are kind of few and far between.
I don't know if I had any like non games. Like every game felt really close, and that's what I really enjoyed.
What's funny is that both of my non games were versus Alex. Because at first I played Rhinar into Dromai, and I had the automatic win, and then the next skirmish I played Olympia into Dromai, and then he had the automatic win.
It's so funny.
Yeah,
I was
really hoping he was
rooting
on
for him
Briar
so
whenever
bad.
I sat across from him on Tuesday.
So what was crazy? I know. Okay, we're gonna sidetrack here for a second. Like the last game before top 4 of the last skirmish, Alex is on Dromai against like the Rhinar player, and like, oh my god, like watching that game was crazy. And there was like, because it was so close. It was like 3-2, and I'm watching Alex as he's like trying to pitch stack his deck, and I'm like, oh my god, he has arcane damage for lethal. He just needs to leak 2 damage, and he actually wins the game because he's not running any arcane barrier. I'm like, oh my god, he's so smart. He's stacking this deck so well. And then the Rhinar player like just kept throwing enough damage to eat cards from hand. And oh man, that game was so close. And Alex ended up doing like the safe play, like the very last turn. Like I think time was getting called, and it's like one of the very last turns. He did the safe play of not throwing his dragons to set up for the turn, like right before time was called. It was like 1 minute left. He went to do the safe play, and then the Rhinar player like didn't have any poppers in hand, or had 1 popper in hand, and he had a Chromai that he had pitch stacked, so he could have Chromai'd. Like, and he had like 5 Ash Wings, like Chromite, all his Ash Wings. Like and I was like, oh no. Like, it was crazy. It was such a good game to watch though.
Yeah, there were some really good games to watch, which was pretty cool. But yeah, anything else before we jump into the rest of the content for this week?
I'm sure we'll find ways to talk about it again, but
speaking of talking about it again, we have Skirmish Season 15 Week 2 pie chart for the wins. Look at that. You're here. Your Farvo's up there.
Yeah. I mean, our results are going to be next week.
Oh, duh. So for Tuesday the next week.
Yeah.
Sorry, my game is in here. My
Oh, your game is. Yeah. You're right.
Your Farvo is next week. That's right.
Reinar is in here. That is you, Cody.
But all right. So for the pie chart for the listeners, this is a bit different than the last one. Maybe a little bit controversial, if you will.
I think it's extremely different from the last one.
Yeah, I undersold a little bit. So Briar is still the most winning hero. But
yeah,
the
like
percentage,
she won like 12% last week, so maybe like 13.
Yeah, it was like not much more than the next one, which I think was also a Cilio. But yeah, so this time she had 71 wins, or what is that? Like, I zoom in a little bit. 20, is it 28 or 26? 28% of the wins. So 28% of all skirmishes were won with Briar on week 2.
More than a quarter of skirmishes were won by one hero.
Yeah. Following that was a Cilio at 17%. Then Bravo at 7%. So it jumps down from there. Bravo Flattering Showman at 7%. Phi at 7%. Oldhim 6%. Dromai 5%. Blaze 4%. Reinar 4%. And so on and so forth. So a bit more of a dominance from Briar and Acilio this week than the first week.
If I had to take a guess about who we need to vote out next season,
I don't know if we need to vote out Briar if some of the cards that are in the Silver Age deck just get banned, because they weren't allowed to get banned for this season.
I do want to say though, Briar is also getting a Runeblade set next set.
That is true. But the funny thing is that there's a lot of good cards for Chain coming in that set so far.
But I agree with you. If you take out Burn Up Shock and Lightning Press, I just totally interrupted you. If you take out Burn Up Shock, Lightning Press, I don't think Briar's as good.
Briar's fine. If you cut those two cards, Briar's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had to unban them because they were in the chapter deck for their policy regarding playable chapter decks. So yeah, honestly, I don't think Briar needs a bench. Just those bans. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I think she is going to get benched. I don't think there's a chance she doesn't. I don't think she makes it through this season.
The other question is whether or not Acilio eats a ban or a bench, with how dominant Acilio is starting to show. Because deck's strong.
It's just consistent, and it's a wizard.
Yep.
I think it will, just because of this performance alone.
I think
like week 2, it popped off. It's gonna eat something.
The fact that Acilio is performing better than Blaze is impressive. Yeah. Anything else on Skirmish Season 15 Week 2 before we move on?
Don't look at Bravo. We don't need to vote Bravo. He's healthy for the game.
I think he actually is. I think he's perfectly fine.
Okay, thank God. But
I might be wrong, but I think he's fine.
I think he's just really consistent at what he does. I could definitely see him being I do think he's one of the best decks in the meta. I would be understanding if Bravo did take a bench, honestly. But where would it go? Valda. This would be the closest thing to LL I've ever experienced if Bravo takes a bench.
Yeah, you never had a hero LL.
Yeah, I mean Victor left, but I openly said I did not like Victor a lot. So
right.
While I was playing him. I'm still waiting for someone to LL. I have Valda, I have Bravo, I have Levia.
Levia will LL, don't worry. That'll happen.
Yeah, especially this next set.
But yeah, right now, Calling Hamburg is going on. So we have the metagame. 490 players. That's a lot of players for Calling. Which is pretty cool.
That's sick. That's a lot.
Really cool. The most brought
What if they doubled this and made this Calling 100?
Well, what's funny is that the previous Calling, I think it was 225 players. And so this is double the amount of players as the last one. But that is funny to mention. Just
do it in. Yeah.
Yeah. Most brought hero, Acilio, 70 copies, 14%. Acilio won. Then Mario at 11%. And then
Oh,
it jumps down. Go ahead.
I thought you said Acilio won the weekend. I'm like, it's not even over. We're still on day one. But no,
No,
Acilio,
The first Acilio.
version.
Acilio Constella Intelligence.
Yes.
And then Mario at 11%. Then it jumps down. Gravy at 6%. Dio at 5%. Holla at 5%. Syndra 5, Jarl 4, Reinar 4, Ziggy 4, Vincent 4, and then Kasai all the way down at 3. Kasai is only 3%.
Actually absurd. I don't understand that.
That's
Is
crazy.
Kasai not the best deck after Mastery Pack Warrior?
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Like,
That's my thought anyway.
I feel like it's gotta be like it was already a good deck winning callings. It won the calling at the Pro Tour. Like, and then it got gas. It got absolute gas.
Disgusting cards.
I'm like, oh, this is already like top, maybe like at worst top 5 card or deck in the meta. I'm like, okay. And then they're like, oh, by the way, here's some more gas for your deck. Like,
yeah, no,
I honestly expected her to win the next couple callings until she LL'd.
Yeah, and I think I did the wrong one. See, yeah, round 7 is now live because at the end of round 6, 2 Kasai's weren't defeated. And then round 7 looks like only one is undefeated.
Oh, they just put up the standings for round 7. One Kasai is still undefeated.
Yeah, there's 4 undefeated.
Dash IO is still undefeated.
There is the Dio undefeated, which is surprising to me still, but we'll see.
And then Gravy and Acilio, which makes sense.
Yeah, those make sense.
No surprise there.
Yep. Any other surprises in this metagame for you?
No.
Yeah, it's pretty much what I expect. Holla is pretty good. Holla got the cards she needed.
I mean, this was the set that was made for her. Like, hey, here's Mastery Pack Warrior, and along with Mastery Pack Warrior, here's Holla, and we'll let you play with her a little early. And it's like that's pretty much what happened.
Yeah, like here's her early, so you can get warmed up on her, but she's not actually like really there yet. Kind of with Valda and Mastery Pack Guardian actually.
Yeah. The Valda situation was so weird.
Mm-hmm. Getting her as a promo.
Speaking of Valda, I know she was. But the promo. It's like similar, but she didn't get an Armory deck. Maybe that's what she needed. Can we just get Armory deck Valda?
Armory deck Valda. Now we'll get into spoilers later. I don't think we need an Armory deck Valda anymore.
I don't know what you're talking about. I could use some legendary boots.
Yeah, actually, those would be pretty good for you. I wonder how long boots. We could go without mentioning the lack of Guardian boots on this podcast.
It can't. It's not going to go.
We need a sign. 0 days without mentioning Guardian boots are terrible.
0 days without mentioning Guardian boots. It's like me and Valda. Like, it's a whole like wall of just like Valda Guardian boots.
Yep.
Mastery Pack Guardian. Just.
Yep. Those topics just every week.
I find a way to drag them back every single time.
All right, let's move on to we had the Calling Atlanta side event registration last weekend. So as a reminder, those who had the 2 big packages for it got to sign up. I think it was a day early, and
which makes sense.
Yeah, which does make sense. You want the people who pre-purchased the vouchers to get to use them, right? But obviously, no matter what you do, it's going to suck for somebody. So, anyway, I did have a package, so I had set a reminder. Unfortunately, I went to this like casual Riftbound tournament that a friend was involved with like organizing, so I went to it, and it started at 11 local time, and also local time at noon is when the registration opened. So I even told my first opponent, I was like, hey, I have this sign up that I really need to do at noon. Just a heads up, I'm gonna be on my phone. It was a casual tournament though, so it wasn't anything like it wasn't a big issue to like do that for. But then I got so engrossed in the game that I forgot until after. And so it was 20 minutes after the registration opened that I was like, oh wait, I have to sign up for this thing. So I get on, and unfortunately, the Living Legend tournament was already sold out by the time I got to it. But I was able to get my 3 sync below events, so uh, that was fine. I did only sign up for 3. I could have technically signed up for 4, but I was like, I just need my 3. That's all I need to do. I'll get my playset and I'll be happy. So that's what I did. And I've been continually monitoring to see if anybody drops from the Living Legend event because I would really like to play it instead of the 10 a.m. sealed. So I'm keeping an eye out for that because there's a chance that people refund their tickets or whatever because they can't make it or something happens. But got my 3 sync below events, and excited for Atlanta. But it's definitely I think all the sync below events are sold out now. Oh, sorry, that's not true. There is a Sunday sync below promo event that is not sold out.
Okay.
So if you're going to Atlanta, you have a sync below event you can sign up for if you're there on Sunday. But anyway, and then we have Calling Portland information. So Calling Portland is December 18th to 20th. And
Mhm.
they announced that they're doing a History of Draft package again, which I'm trying to remember the last time they did this History of Draft. I think it was at another calling or something. But as a reminder, basically what it is you get entry into multiple drafts on each day. And so, for
Oh,
example,
oh.
yeah, it's a really cool thing actually. It's literally a history of draft. So on Friday you have a Hunted draft, a High Seas draft, and an Omens of the Third Age draft. On Saturday you have an Uprising, Outsiders, Rosetta, and then on Sunday you have Welcome to Wraith Unlimited, Arcane Rising Unlimited, and Monarch. And I think there's some way to do. If I remember correctly, there's some sort of
Welcome to
Welcome to
Wraith and
Wraith.
Arcane Rising is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how
That's
those will
cool.
go, but it is draft and not sealed, so that's
I mean,
something.
Welcome to Wraith draft is awesome.
Yeah, I haven't actually played.
Arcane Rising, I have never heard. I've played so much Welcome to Wraith draft in my life. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I'm considering it. We'll see, because I
The
do
only thing
want.
is the legendaries you can play in that. So you pull Tunic, you can play Tunic.
Right, that's kind of cool.
You
But yeah,
pull
I do plan
Scab
on
skins,
going.
you can play Scab skins.
Wait, scout. Okay, wait, scout skins is that's sick. That'd be pretty good.
Now imagine getting Kana when you pull the Storm Striders.
Yeah,
Like,
Storm Striders. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I do want to go to Portland. Calling Portland. I think I can make it. It is kind of funky being the weekend before Christmas. Um, so we'll see if I
yeah.
can. But I'm gonna
And they
try to make it.
wonder why the US callings don't get a lot of people because they're like, Valentine's Day. The week before Christmas. This
Yeah,
big
they don't
holiday.
seem to line them up very well.
No,
And when it
no,
comes
no.
to like American holidays, I should say.
Yeah.
Um,
I wouldn't be
also,
surprised if there's one on Thanksgiving. They're like, the Thursday
right,
of.
exactly.
Like, sometimes I watch it, I'm like, why now? Why then? Like,
Actually, that's a good point. I want to look at the events. Because don't they have like some sort of, yeah, if I think if I look at World Tour, you can see all the upcoming events. Yeah, here we go. November. Okay, I think they actually don't they don't have anything on Thanksgiving this year.
I was joking, but
They could though. I could see it. Also, as a side note here, I think that the Friday $5,000 tournament is becoming standard for callings. I think it's a standard thing
that's
now.
cool.
So not only do they have the Saturday calling, but they're adding this Friday 5K tournament, which is really cool. It adds an additional reason to go to these callings.
That's
Um,
cool.
but yeah, now finally, spoiler time.
Okay, this is the gas. We'll work our way up to the best. Save the best for last.
All right, which one's the first one?
Sorry, one sec.
Yeah, I need to pull it up as
I
well.
mean, I think we can work from pretty much from the top of last week down.
Let's see, because it should be
So,
starting the 15th.
Restless Cleric.
Restless Cleric, you said?
Yeah. So Restless Cleric is a Shadow Necromancer action zombie ally. It is a red, 0 cost, 3 health, 3 attack zombie with action, tap, gain 1, go again, and decay.
What's the name of the gravy ally that does this? Except it's an instant.
Chowder.
Chowder, that's right, Chowder. It's Chowder. It is interesting though because go ahead.
I was gonna say what's so spicy about it is it says cleric on it. So does that mean we're finally gonna get cleric class soon?
I thought you were about to say that it was cleric typing. I was like, wait, what?
No, the name says cleric. But in the lore, it says we are at some point in the history of Flesh and Blood gonna get cleric.
That'd be pretty cool. I hope it's not a pit fight or PvE only hero though.
I know, me too. I know.
But I could definitely see that happening.
Well, like do a cleric that has like life gain and like maybe not a lot of life gain, but like a lot of on hit deal damage effects.
Yeah.
Because then
like anti-heal.
Yeah, and it's like I was like D&D with the necromancer spells that deal damage are cleric spells. Like it's that one inflict wounds. Like inflict wounds is a cleric spell. So it's like you can do your own inflict wounds on like cleric stuff. But yeah, sorry, my little tangent on that. But yeah, this ally is interesting because it doesn't attack either. Like it only attacks when you summon it.
That's true, actually. That's a good point. I didn't notice that. Because the weapon lets you attack when it's summoned. And does the weapon tap whenever you attack with it? Does it tap the
It taps the ally, yeah.
It does, okay. You also don't inherently get go again.
Yeah.
From playing an ally. So unless you had an extra action point, even if it didn't tap, you couldn't, because it is an action on this one, which is different than Chowder, because you untap at the end of your turn. And with Chowder, even if they attacked at your Chowder, you would be able to instant tap it to gain a life before it died.
Well, this one does have go again.
It does, but
oh wait, you might be able to just attack with it. 1 sec. I don't think any of the other allies have.
Do they not? Just gonna look it up.
Attack. 1 sec.
They don't, yeah. They don't. The other ones don't say attack. Yeah, it's the weapon. Sorry. The weapon says
the weapon. Yeah. Zombies you control have action pay 1 attack.
Yeah. Okay. So it can attack.
My bad.
But yeah, so actually they don't come in tapped from the weapon. It just says when this enters the arena, attack with it.
Oh.
So it doesn't tap them. So if you do have an extra action point for any reason, then you can attack with this and gain a life.
Or pay 1 and attack with it again.
Yeah, or do that. So cool card. I think this will be a staple for Malice if I had to guess. Yeah. Next card is Battle Clearing Bellow. This is a blue 3 cost brute action that blocks 3 at Majestic. Your next attack with 6 or more base might this turn gets +6 might. Go again. This card's disgusting. This is a very good brute card.
They just gave Tough Nut more power.
This
Tough Nut scares me.
Crazy for Tough Nut. Absolutely insane for Tough Nut because it says attack, not attack action. It says attack with 6 or more. So you can play this, then
for 13.
Activate Tough Nut, and then swing your rock. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Rock. That's a 3 card 13. Yep. Pretty good. Turns out pretty good.
Pretty good.
This is also absolutely disgusting in Cheeto because Cheeto was needing ways to convert hands. Like they were running like the 1 for 5 go again card that you banish a 1 power less from your grave.
Something about scraps.
Looking for a scrap.
Looking for a scrap.
They were running a lot of cards like that just to be able to convert hands if they were given tempo. And this is just a very, very strong tempo card for Cheeto, like to convert your hand. And this will also be very strong in other brutes as well that can make use of it. So yeah, pretty good card. Turns out. I also think this will be very strong in like a fatigue runner list, for example, that isn't doing the draw discards as often.
Oh
Um,
yeah, definitely.
this will be
Which is
very
why it's so
strong
good
for
in
everyone.
Tough Net.
What was that?
That's why it's so good in Tough Net.
Yeah, 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 exactly. So super, super, super strong brute card. Yeah. Want to read the next one?
Up next, we have a Restless Quartermaster, which is another red, 0 cost, 3 health, 3 attack, Shadow Necromancer, action, zombie ally. When this hits a hero, they banish a card in their arsenal. Decay.
Very strong on hit.
That looks like Dory in the art getting stabbed in the head.
Oh, it does. I didn't even look at that. That's really cool.
It's super cool. Hopefully that's not Dory.
It doesn't really look like Dory though. Actually, the more I look at it, it almost does.
They're
But I
just
don't
like,
think it
we
actually
killed
does.
Shane, so now we can go on a rampage.
Right?
Dory's dead. You remember Nourishing Emptiness? You remember all the heroes getting killed on the art there? We're here. It's like taking them all out.
Right. Very strong ally. Another staple.
Yeah.
Easy
I don't.
staple.
I wonder if I. It's interesting to think about because at that point you're just not Arsenal. You're just like, okay, like this ally's out. I just want Arsenal. I'll just attack you straight.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether or not
That
Malice
a
will
defense
typically
reaction.
keep the um keep the allies on board very long. Like if it will be more, it'll be interesting to see like when you play matchups whether or not your opponent is more incentivized to let them die, like to let them decay, or to actually
Yeah.
attack them directly. So I'm curious to see how that ends up playing out. But yeah, cool card. Next spoiler is Bone Barrier. This is a blue 0 cost Necromancer defense reaction that blocks 2 at Majestic. When this defends, you may destroy an ally you control or discard an ally. If you do, this gets +2 defense. Now I want to point something out about this card. It says Necromancer defense reaction. It doesn't say Shadow Necromancer. It doesn't say Pirate Necromancer. This is the
That's what I
first.
wanted to say, too. Oh,
This is the first non second class or talented Necromancer main deck card.
the border's sick.
The board is cool too. Yeah. And this card is
0 for 4 for
dummy
blue.
strong.
Oh, you would mean my 0 for 4 blue defense reaction? Sure.
Yeah. It's not entirely a 0 for 4, like 1 card 4 defense reaction, but it's
I mean,
pretty
bunch of
good.
allies, and you just have one that's sitting there. It's also like gravy. That one, when it's destroyed, you create a gold. You can just kill your own one to
Yeah.
create a gold while it sits on the field doing nothing because you have so many allies out, and you're like, I get more momentum, and I blocked 4.
Yep. Exactly.
It's good. It's good.
It's a pretty good card. It is definitely a pretty good card. Easy staple for both the Necromancers. What's our next one?
Up next, we have Consuming Strength, a yellow 2 cost, 3 block, 6 attack, Shadow Brute action attack. You may play this only if you control Blasphemous. Instant, pay 1. Banish this from your hand. Your next attack this turn gets +2.
Is that rare?
They gave
They play it
Hexagore a card.
What do you mean?
So the problem with Hexagore is it doesn't banish, but it costs 2. It's a 2 for 6. So for this, you pay its effect to give your next attack +2,
Oh.
and you can throw Hexagore without taking blood debt damage. And it's a 2 card 8.
2 card 8, and you turn off Blood Debt. That's really good. That's really good. You have to control Blasphemous though.
You do. But what
Which
if you
can be
are
done
Blasphemous?
in 2 ways, right? You can either flip into Blasphemous,
Yeah.
or you can summon the ally Blasphemous. And actually 2 other ways. Sorry, because I forget there's the 2 Blasphemous.
Oh, there's 2 different allies. Yes.
Yeah. So there's actually 3 different Blasphemous that you have to fulfill this condition. But also that is play only if you control a Blasphemous. You can still activate the instant if you don't control a Blasphemous.
I feel like if you're playing this, you're pretty sad though. Like you'd much rather
I mean, it's not the worst, right? Because like if you flip into Blasphemous, it's still a playable 2 for 6 in your banish zone, right?
Yeah. But like I'd rather Dread Screamer. I would
Of course.
rather Endless Maw. I'd rather most other cards.
Yeah.
But like the effect is good.
The effect is good. I think that we'll get into this a little bit later. There's a lot of people that weren't as impressed with this card, but especially now that you bring up the Hexagore, I think this card is a
So
very
I was actually one of the people that wasn't super impressed with it.
yeah.
But like I don't know, it's like middling. I think if you're trying to play more mid range, and I think it depends on how the rest of her deck is built. Levi's deck is built. If you're playing a more mid range game, I think this card's amazing because one, like you don't have to go through all of your graveyard to do something powerful. I can just do a 2 card 8. I can block with whatever I need to and do a 2 card 8
Yep.
off of Hexagore. Um, but like if I'm trying to play aggressive, it's a 2 for 6 that's textless.
Blocks 3. It's fine.
Yeah, and you know how many 2 for 6s that have text Levia has?
It's just such a it's like the thing that I'm seeing with all these cards is that Loai is just going to become very consistent, right?
Yeah, and I think that's the benefit of all this.
Which is a big deal. It's a very big deal. You make Levi consistent, and she is going to tear through everything.
Mhm.
But yeah,
But if you want to talk about the juice, talk about the next card.
yes. The next one is Consuming Lash. Also a yellow 2 cost. Shadow Brute action attack. Attacks for 6, blocks 3 at rare. Play this only if you control Blasphemous. Same thing. Instant, pay 1, banish this from your hand. Your next attack this turn gets go again. And it has blood debt. So same of everything, except instead of your next attack getting +2, it gets go again.
Gas.
Disgusting.
It's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Also, it just says your next attack. It doesn't have to be a brute attack. It doesn't have to be a shadow attack.
Hexagore gets go again.
You could give anything go again.
CNC has go again. Corrupt and
CNC
Conquer has go again.
Yep. Exactly. So this is so good.
Yeah.
This is such a good card.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a rare, so you can play it in Sage, which is Levi was already pretty good in Sage.
I mean, how many events did she win in the last one?
Okay, she's not good right now in Sage, but she does strong stuff in Sage already. I think she's going to be very, very good.
Cool. Yeah, no, I think that's like a huge power buff. You can run Ravenous Meat Axe, give that go again into like Endless Maw, and you're filling your graveyard. Like it is. Oh, and you're not filling your graveyard with that, but like
Ravenous does fill your graveyard, but this card doesn't. This card just goes to banish. Yeah. What's the next one?
Yeah. Next one is Harbinger of Destruction. It is a red 8 cost, 3 defense, 13 attack, shadow action attack. As an additional cost to play this, banish a card from your hand. If a shadow card was banished this way, this gets 1 this hits. Create 2 Gate of Irathiel tokens.
Blood Debt. And rare.
Blood Debt. Thank you. And rare. Holy moly.
What is this card?
Well, I don't know. Like, is this going to be playable?
I don't think so. I think
you have to pitch 3 cards and then banish one. Like, you have to play it from Arsenal. Or banish.
I think the only way this becomes playable is if there's some other way to either reduce the cost or to cheat it out in some way. Otherwise, no.
Yeah.
I mean, so the one cool thing that someone pointed out about this is that you can basically just use this to fulfill what's the card? You have to reveal 13 might.
Rouse the Ancients.
Yeah, Rouse the Ancients. So it's a Rouse the Ancients enabler.
I'm running this red just so I can play Rouse the Ancients.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, if you have an all blue deck and this is the only red in your deck.
Yeah.
And then you like Rouse the Ancients from Arsenal, do something weird one turn, Arsenal this, and then draw all blues the next turn, and then throw this.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. We'll see. I think like we've said, I think you have to have some sort of way to cheat it out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it doesn't really see play. Um, yeah. Next card is Tribute to Greater Power. Instant. Oh, sorry. Red 2 costs, 6 power, 2 block, shadow action attack at rare. Instant. Banishes from your hand. Your next attack this turn gets overpower and has blood debt. So this is interesting because it's similar to the Levia cards that we were looking at.
Mhm.
The ones that say you only play this if you have Blast Effect and instant pay 1 banishes from your hand.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas this one, you don't have to pay the 1 to banish it. And it's just shadow, so you can run it in any of the shadow heroes. But it does have 6, and your next attack will get overpower, which is fine. Overpower is the keyword.
I am not as big a fan of this card, but I think like sure if you're doing Viscera janky stuff or maybe even Malice, we don't know yet, might do some
Yeah.
janky stuff with this. Like it could also be an end game card. If it comes in blue, then I think sure it's a great blue. Like I would
Yes.
willingly discard a blue to give overpower end game to get around someone's like evasion to kill.
Yeah, but
But
then you
if it
have the
has
2 for 4 blue blood debt card in your banish zone.
yeah, yeah, but you're not using it for its 2 for 6.
But what I'm saying is, like, unless you're Levi, you're taking blood debt from that.
That's fair.
So
But the idea is you use it to kill.
sure, but at the same time, if you're playing Viserai, you're random banishing cards, and this is not a card
That's
you want to
true.
really randomly banish. And then for Malice, you'd have to have something really worthwhile to put this in
Overpower it.
in your banish zone and take blood debt
I,
for
I'm
at
just
the end of
not
the
a
game or
big fan
something.
of this card.
It's fine. I think that it's not
I mean,
it's
it
not
has
the
obviously
worst.
it has like potential. Like it gives overpower to your next attack. You
Yeah.
can. I mean, it
For,
banishes. So in Levia, it's a without paying, you just get a free banish and you don't die.
yes.
So that's like a big buff.
Right. It's another consistency quote unquote piece for Levia. I
And I
will
guess
say
in
this.
like
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I will say in draft, that's probably fine enough.
That's
Like
actually
it
exactly
makes
what I was about to say. This is a disgusting draft card. Absolutely disgusting draft card. Um, because it'll finish a lot of games, and it's just a 2 for 6 red, which is the floor is already good. Um, yeah, it very 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 strong draft card. All right, what's the next one?
Embrace Sin. It's a yellow, 1 cost, 2 defense, Shadow Runeblade action. Your next attack this turn gets +2. You may play an aura with Rune Chant in its name from your banish zone this turn. You know Rune Chant of Greed? I'm just gonna play that again.
Yep,
If you can banish it somehow. But like,
and it's a rare, so you can play this in Silver Age.
yeah.
Um, I think this
Pretty good.
card will be good. That's my theory. I think this card will be
Your
good.
theory.
I think that's my theory. I think that the Viserai deck will run enough Rune Chant main deck cards that this will get some value.
Well, and when he creates a Rune Chant, he banishes off the top. So you embrace Sin, play a Rune Chant, banish off the top of your deck.
I forget how it reads actually. Let me read Viserai again.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking up this right too.
Viserai user no, it's the Viserai Between Worlds is the base one. Whenever you create one or more
You
Rune
create.
Chants, banish the top card of your deck. It's whenever
Yep.
you create though. So you would have
Oh,
to
okay.
create
Okay.
a Rune Chant, not play a Rune Chant.
You're right.
Uh, then yeah, that doesn't do anything for the other side of him. But I think this card it really just depends on how many main deck Rune Chants are being played. That's my guess. I think there might be also a version of Vinset that plays this. Maybe the Vinset plays a lot of the Rune Chants, main deck Rune Chants,
Mm.
and can banish them from the hand and then just kind of like play a stall game and then play out the Rune Chants and utilize them. But we'll have to see if that happens too. I'm not
I
convinced
think
that
it's just.
Vinset will.
I think it's a good consistency piece too. If you just randomly banish or like greed off the top, like Rune Chant of Greed or whatever Rune Chant you want, you can play it still. Like
Exactly.
it's not just lost to the game. Like that's why I think it's fine.
I think if it blocked 3, it'd be a much easier, like, oh yeah, you definitely include this. But it blocks
Oh yeah, that's
2, so it's like if you don't have a rune chain in your banish zone, yeah, it pitches at yellow, which is it's okay, but it's not great. Next card is Vexing Gloom Blade, and we know for sure this comes in rainbow. Which one was this spoiled by? Was this Alex or was this Cog Crankers?
I think this one was called Crankers.
Okay, this one was Cog Crankers, which is local our local crankers, if you will. Had a really cool video. Highly recommend you watching the
Oh,
video for this. The
it
spoiler.
was amazing.
So Vexing Gloom Blade comes in rainbow, but this one is the red 3 cost, 5 attack, 3 block, shadow, rune blade, attack action at rare. You may play this from your banish zone. Usurp, which is a reminder, as an additional cost to play this, destroy a rune chant if able. If you do, this gets +2. And then when this hits a hero, deal 2. This is not part of the usurp, just outside the usurp. When this hits a hero, deal 2 arcane damage to any target and it has blood debt. So, even without usurping, this is a 2-card 7 if it hits. And if you do usurp, it's a 2-card 7 with on hit deal 2. So potentially 2-card 9 with a destroying rune chant, of course. Pretty good. Pretty good card. Easy include for Silver Age Chain, by the way.
You may play this in Banish Zone.
Very good card for Silver Age Chain. I think this will be a very strong draft card as well.
Yeah, I think so too.
You want to read the next one?
It's just like a finisher. It's just such a good card. Sorry,
No,
I was
you're
like
good.
gathering my thoughts. No, it's just a good finisher to like, or even just a 1-card play. Like I have 1 rune chant, I can like 2-card 7, and usually you're looking for that. And like at that point, they don't want to let it hit. Like, so they have to block with 3 cards.
And then the blue one is actually very good as well, right? Because it's not only something you can just play from the banish zone, but it's if you usurp, and especially in draft, you can destroy your opponent's rune chants. So if you destroy their rune chant and throw a 2-card 5 with on hit deal 2, disgusting. Absolutely disgusting
Insane.
at blue. Yeah.
Next, we have Bloodsong Gloomblade is a red, 0 cost, 3 block, 2 attack, Shadow Runeblade action attack. You may play this from your banish zone. Usurp. When this hits a hero, you may banish target or a permanent they control.
I think this one was the one revealed by Alex, right?
This was, yes.
Yeah, also
watch his video as well.
Yes. So first I want to mention that this is the second Gloomblade card. This one is a 0 cost at 2 attack. The last one was a 3 cost at 5 attack. I think we're gonna get a full set of these from 0 to 3.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's gonna be a lot of cards you can play from your banish zone, naturally. Pretty cool. And destroying target or permanent, just more Rune Blade or
ley line.
Your ley line.
The ley line of the old ones.
Oh no, you're gonna have to block a little bit. I don't expect there to be too many pumps or like evasive ways to push this through, but it is just a good card. It'll be a 0 for 4 red, effectively. Yeah, good card. Not much else to say. Next one is Battle Prep. Let me pull this up on the screen. Battle Prep. This comes in rainbow. The red one is a 0 cost, 3 block, generic action at rare. Opt 2. If this was played from Arsenal, your next attack this turn gets +3 and go again. Pretty good Sage card for a handful of heroes.
Yeah.
I heard some people mention that Riptide would like this, and I think I agree there. Riptide would like this card. I don't know. Oh, Briar might like this card. I don't know who else really likes this card, but this definitely feels like a card that will be a consideration in a lot of decks, especially in the future.
I mean, I think Blaze might even if you have them side aggressive Blaze, You can run. I mean, you can even just run the blue because the blue is still opt 2, so it is just Whisper of the Oracle with extra text.
Yeah, which is true. I mean, you at least replace Whisper of the Oracle with this in Blaze. If not, run extra copies effectively. So that's a good point.
The red, I don't know if you'll play it, but the blue might play it. And so, but yeah, no, that's I'm like, I think it's a good card.
All right, would you like to read the
Here we
next
are.
one? I think
Here
this
it
is
is.
your favorite spoiler, isn't it?
The card.
The card.
So this is a red 6 cost, 3 block, 10 attack, guardian action attack that says
Called Crushing Headache,
crushing
by the
headache.
way.
Yes. It says crush. When this deals 4 or more damage to a hero, they reveal their arsenal and their hand. Destroy all non-attack action cards in their arsenal. They discard all non-attack action cards in their hand revealed this way. Oh my god. Oh,
Yeah, that's pretty good for Valda.
this is so good. It only took from Welcome to Wraith to print another good crush card. Oh my god. No,
Yeah,
this
that's
like
pretty good.
I unironically think this might be like the best Guardian card printed since like Everfest. Like
Yeah,
maybe Boulder Drop is like arguably in there. But like
that was pretty good.
this is so good. This is so good. This is actually insane. And I was like just talking to someone. I'm like, crush is such a unique keyword that it's hard to get off. It's not like dominate. Or not dominate, sorry. It's not an on hit. It's not a non-hit trigger. It's a deal 4 more damage trigger, which is harder to get off. Which I think allows you to put more unique on hit triggers instead of just discard or this that another thing like discard or banish. Like you can put some really unique text. Like Final Crush is a good example. And I think this is a prime example of like, hey, this is a harder thing to get off. This let's give you a bigger payoff. And oh my god, it's going straight into Volda. It's so good. And it's like it's something that finally Bravo gets some more support. Volda gets support. I'm like Jarl, it probably doesn't run that. Betsy probably doesn't run that.
Betsy actually might run this.
But Betsy
I
might
guess he does
run that.
Yeah.
And I know we have like 1,000 Guardians. Who else is in the game? It's just too expensive for Jarl.
Yeah, probably. But yeah,
But no,
super
it's
strong
like,
card.
super strong.
Obviously will impact some heroes a bit more than others.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a sideboard card. Like,
I don't think it is necessary. I mean, obviously you might side it out against some heroes for sure that
yeah.
just don't run any non-attacks. But
the thing is, like, it's not even as bad of a sideboard card as you think. Like, you'd think, like, oh, I'd only want this in the decks that throw like non-attack actions consistently. But
not
it's
really.
like, no, like slow decks you love it into as well because it's just one card from your deck for 10 damage. So like into like oh, and it's like armor and tech Boston and they discard it, they don't banish it because it's their action cards. So that's a good crush effect. And like
Yeah.
even into Guardians, like 3-card 10 is insane into a Guardian Mirror. And on top of that, this could have an effect like, oh, I'm going into Valda. Oh, I hit your promising terrain. Like, obviously,
Or
you'll
your
probably
Terra
block with it.
Sunder,
Or your
or
Terra. It's like,
yeah.
I'm forcing you to do something you really don't want to. And that's so much damage. It's so good. It's only like, okay, into Fi. Like, I'm going to side that out. Like, that's useless. But now imagine this into Wizard. Like, you have to pop off on me this turn. Blaze, do what you want with this information. You can pop off on me. But it's like, and especially in like Valda too, it's like if you fold 3 Seismic Surge, like, can you imagine a 2-card 10 steal all your non-attacks? Like, it's so
Dominate.
good.
Like,
Dominate. It's so good. This is it's so gas. Oh, it's so good.
it's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, so that was an exciting spoiler. And then
It
that's
was
not even
so
all the
exciting.
Guardian spoilers
I didn't
that
even
we got.
expect that. Oh, this is the best card Guardian has gotten in so long. It's so good.
Why not go ahead and read the next Guardian spoilers as well?
So we have Ice Aged Oak. This is a blue, 3 cost, 3 block, 4 attack, Earth action attack.
I'm
When this
majestic.
hits a hero, create an embodiment of Earth. Ice Bond. If an ice card was pitched to play this, it gets dominate, and when it hits, create a frostbite in each of their exposed head, chest, arms, and leg zones. Gas. Absolute gas. It's an Earth card that blocks 3. Boom.
Alone. Blue
Already good.
block 3 Earth by itself.
Insane.
Cinema.
On hit, embodiment of Earth. Gas. And then Ice Bond. Like, I mean, now all of a sudden, like, I'm pitching an ice card. And now, with, like, Jarl's effects, and, like, maybe you run peak, Helm of Eyes, or not the, I forget what it is, but it's like Eyes and Peak, where at the start of the opponent's turn, they take X or damage, where X is the amount of frostbites they control in their exposed zones. Late game, if you get rid of all their equipment, you throw this, pitching an ice card. As for dominate, they have no equipment, they can't block it. You hit, you get 4 frostbites. Boom. They start the turn taking 4 damage. You could. I don't know if it's good, but like, I also think like it just gives frostbites on hit. Like you pitch an ice, you're gonna pitch an ice, you're gonna throw this. It's 4 dominate on hit. How many frostbites is how many equipment zones you lose. It's an ice card that says Earth on the bottom. It's beautiful. It's amazing.
Yep. Beautiful card. I agree.
It's
And then we have the next one.
And then the next one, Ancient Earth Oak. Red, 3 cost, 3 block, 6 attack, ice action attack. When this hits a hero, create a frostbite token under their control. Already the best ice card they have ever printed. Now let me read more. Earth Bond. If an Earth card was pitched to play this, it gets +2. And when it hits a hero, put this onto the bottom of its owner's deck.
Yep.
And you know what you can pitch to this? Ice Age Oak.
Yeah.
2 card 8 on hit, put this on the bottom of your deck, on hit frostbite. This is exactly what Jarl needed, because this is going to ask people to block with their equipment. And if they block with their equipment, then you can mangle. It's so good. It's so good.
Disgusting.
They're on something over at LSS, and I'm loving it. Keep giving it to us.
They decided to make Jarl good.
They decided to give Guardian. They decided to give Guardian cards. They're like, you know what? Let's give them something good for all their problems, for all their troubles.
Anything else you want to say about these before
the next card? We can dive right into the next one.
The next one is Head Banging Chorus. This is a yellow 1 cost Revered Guardian instant aura that blocks 3 at Majestic. Suspense. The first Guardian or Revered attack action card you play each turn gets, when this hits a hero, if you have no cards in hand, draw a card.
I don't know this play enough Pleiades to know.
I think it's interesting. So the main consideration here is it's a 1 cost, right? Yep. So you can't just have this in Arsenal, throw an attack with 0 floating, and threaten this. You have to have Tunic, or you have to have a floating resource. And then you have no cards in hand. So you would have to have, it's interesting, right? Because the first time you play it, you will likely get it because you can instant it when they say no blocks or they don't block enough. The first time it will likely replace itself. But then from then on, it's fine. You can try to keep it around longer with the Pleiades effect. But then I don't know. Like I just don't know yet. I think it's interesting.
I can't tell you.
The other problem too is that like you might try to keep 2 cards in hand, like throw the 3 for 7 card, and then have this another card in hand, attempting to, try to get the hit and to get your free card draw and whatnot. But then they just block it out, and then you're like, well, I guess I'll IP1 Arsenal card, or you play it out.
I do want to say,
without getting the effect,
like the benefit of this is it gives all of your cards that you're going to attack with on hit draw card. And that's already a huge benefit. Like everything having on hit draw card is super strong. And in Pleiades, everything is either I would assume a strong attack with how you want to build with this card, or an aura. That's an instant. So on hit draw card is also extremely threatening because if I have no arsenal, and I hit, I'm gonna just Arsenal and attack.
Yeah,
If I hit and I draw an instant, I'll just play out my instant
so that is
or
the key
Arsenal.
thing here is that this would need to go in a much more aggressive Pleiades deck, right?
Yeah. And I think the benefit of it is if the opponent takes the time to say, I'm not gonna let you hit, I'm not gonna let you draw a card, I'm not gonna let you have that value. Pallades is also okay in an aggressive list for you to block out, and then you'll just go next turn. Okay, I'll just play these auras and set up for the next
You can
turn
convert the hand.
because
Yeah.
you took an off turn. Like I think this card is actually fine as a Pallades card. I don't like again, we'll have to see how much it actually affects it, but it does like I'm gonna throw something every turn that says on hit, draw card, which is
Yeah.
extremely powerful in a deck that is all instants, or I'm okay with arsenaling it if it's not.
Yeah, and you can play a deck in a fashion that you want to you keep this around with the Pleiades effect instead of other
Yeah.
auras. And you have the +1 suspense aura to try to push through damage. So you have some evasive damage there as well. So yeah, it probably is very good, honestly. I could definitely see it being a staple in Pleiades moving
But
forward.
after I saw someone post somewhere that said we finally have gotten Mastery Pack Guardian.
I like that.
And I can agree. It is so good. It's so good. Like this is the crush card I've been asking for forever. Like I've just been asking for a relevant crush card. Because when's the last relevant crush card we got?
Oh, I don't know the answer to that
Like
actually.
we can look back at Crucible and there's Chokeslam and what's it's called? The 10 for 7 yellow or 7 cost, 10 attack yellow. Righteous Cleansing.
We got some. I mean, Boulder Drop counts.
I mean, Boulder Drop. You know what? There's Boulder Drop, but it's like they keep like wanting to make Guardian about Crush, and then they don't give us good Crush cards.
Fault Line. That's
Mm.
another one.
It hits all arsenals.
Hey, it's still played.
And it's played in Sage sometimes.
Still played.
I
Righteous
mean,
Cleansing?
you could say
Wait, Righteous
Starstruck
Cleansing is
from
Crucible, never mind.
Bravo.
Yeah, but that's a Bravo spec, so
Yeah.
it's
Like
locked.
that. Like this is my point though. Like they keep
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
oh, we want you to play Crush, but we just haven't gotten any relevant Crush.
Hey, Leave a Den is a very relevant crush effect. You can do your next Guardian attack this crush when this deals 4 or more damage just for the top 4 cards of the deck. I mean,
Oh yeah.
very
Oh
meta
my
defining
God.
card, right?
You can put Leva down on Pulverize and Valda, then those Pulverize dominate.
There you
Oh
go.
my God, isn't that so good? Isn't that why Valda's ran Leave a Dent for exactly 0 games in our history?
So you got it.
No. But like in Batter to a Pulp, sure, but it's like it just doesn't feel like they've been taking advantage to how hard it is to hit Crush.
Yeah.
And this feels like they finally are like, you know what? Let's give them something like Spinal Crush. Because again, it's like something you can do so unique with these Crush cards. Because I think they have such a like higher, like it's so much harder playing around Crush. Because like whenever I throw an attack, I have to like do the math with their equipment. Am I allowed to take that much damage because they have their equipment up? So it's so cool. And like I don't know, like it's really interesting and really weird because I think these cards alone have changed my entire perspective on Fab, which is like an insane thought process. Because like the thought and idea of this, like this feels like we're going back, like I was saying, like to Everfast power level. Which
Which we needed. We
which
definitely
is
needed.
like the game has felt like it's kind of leveled off for a while. And again, some classes have hit that Everfest power level. Like you got T-Talks, but it's like a lot of classes have been outside of that power level. And this feels crazy to me. Like this is an insane card for Guardians. All of these are insane cards for Guardians. And that's, I'm like, and it's like changed my perspective again. It's like, I play this game for fun, and like strong, crazy effects like that are definitely fun to play around with. And sure, like, but it's like give these to everyone, and it's like Everfest was a fun time, but everyone was doing broken things. Like everyone was doing broken things. So I need to settle on my thoughts more, but like I feel like these cards alone are actively changing my perspective on the game, which is actually crazy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the meta post. Uh, Shadows, Shadows. Why am I thinking the name? You start the Shadow Throne.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in seeing the meta once the set releases. Oh,
Mhm.
oops, there we go. All right. Anything else before we tie it off?
No, I don't know. That was an exciting one for me this
Yeah.
episode. Like, got spoilers. We had skirmish. Like, it was a lot to talk about. That was fun.
This is a good one. Yeah, if you don't mind leaving a like and subscribe, it helps us out a ton. And the question we'll leave you off with is, which of the new spoilers are you most excited for? Are you a Guardian stan, or are you not as happy about those cards being released? Let us know in the comments below, whether on YouTube or on Spotify. And with that, I'm your host, Cody.
And I'm your co-host, Jacob.
Just had to have you say it one more time. Thanks for watching and listening.